Okay, so maybe it's turned up. I can't put the phone. We're almost there. I only have a couple more. I can do it. No. Hey lovelies, so today I am talking to you as a 30-year-old, a fresh new 30-year-old. My birthday is on Monday, and before then and since then I've had a lot of emotions coming to terms with what it is to be 30. I was very nostalgic for my younger years. I was regretting a lot of decisions I made or a lot of decisions I didn't make. I was scared because my life didn't look like what I thought it would be when I was younger, and where I would be at 30 in terms of success and just, you know, life in general. What it looks like when I was 20 doesn't in no way, shape, or form resembles what it actually is, but it's okay. I still have an amazing life. I'm just figuring things out still. I think we always will be figuring things out, and it's a crazy time right now. Like a lot is happening, so I'm gonna give myself a break and just be happy with who I am as a person, you know, how I treat people, the way I make myself happy and feel fulfilled every day. And yeah, so I'm feeling really good about it. I've heard from a lot of women that once they got in their 30s, they stopped caring so much if people liked them, which is a huge problem of mine. I'm very much a people pleaser, and it has been a characteristic of mine, and people have used that against me, walked all over me, and yeah, it hurt and it took a lot out of me. And so now I'm hoping that I'm in a place where, you know, I'm older. This is my life. This is who I am. If you don't like me, that's fine. If you don't want to be in my life, that's fine. But yeah, just treating people with kindness, and anyone who doesn't give me the same respect can, you know, go somewhere else and hang out with someone else. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm feeling very positive right now, and proud of myself for who I am at 30. So yeah. But anyway, so I thought I would do a birthday book haul because I got a lot of books over my birthday. A lot of them are books I bought for myself from secondhand bookstores. Some of them were gifted, and yeah, there's 20 of them. I got 20 books for my birthday, which, you know, what else do I need, honestly? So I thought I would go through them rather quickly since there are a lot of books here, and I didn't want to spend an hour making a video, so I'm gonna try to go through them rather quickly, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the first book I got was A City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I read the 5th season, which is the first in the Broken Earth series by N.K. Jemisin, and I unfortunately didn't really like it. I am gonna give it another chance though, because I feel like I might have just not been in the right mindset, because so many people adore that series, and so I feel like I need to give it another chance. But I am gonna read this first because it's new. The summary is really intriguing to me. Basically, from my understanding of it, is that there is a mix of fantasy in this book. Obviously, takes place in New York City. There's an underlying evil that is arising from the city, and 5 very diverse people have to come together and save it. So I'm really interested by the characters in the story just from the summary itself, and I remember her writing style being very descriptive and intimate, so I have a feeling I will enjoy this. So I'm really excited about this one. Another book that I got was How to Read Literature Like a Professor, a lively and entertaining guide to reading between the lines by Thomas C. Foster. I have been looking for educational materials in an array of different genres, an array of different age groups, and this one kept popping up, so I thought it would be a really good source of material to have for myself. from what I've read in terms of reviews, it seems like it's a very good introduction to literature analysis and understanding how to read between the lines and really see the meaning of the text when you read it. So this will probably just be a sort of like a introduction or a catch-up for me, you know, just kind of going over things that I already know, but it'll be a good source to have to educate others. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I got The Familiars by Stacey Holes, and this is basically about a woman who has had multiple miscarriages and she's pregnant again, and she finds a letter that her physician has written to her husband, I believe, and it says that if she were to have this child, she would certainly die given her childbirth. And so she ends up hiring a midwife to help her through the whole situation, but the town, I think, ends up viewing her as a witch, the midwife as a witch. And a lot of things that I read through, like scrolling the comments, talks about how the witch trials were just a way of hunting women. So I am really interested in how this will showcase that in history, and also how it reflects now with everything that is going on. So yeah. Another book that I got, which I'm actually really excited about, is Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. This is a children's book, and it's pretty actually big for a children's book, and I'm really excited to read it because it is a series. And basically this girl is getting read a story by her father one night, and it's called Inkheart, and the villain from that book suddenly appears in their living room out of the book, and our main character Maggie is kind of just going on this epic fantasy journey and adventure with all of these characters coming to life in front of her. So the next book I got was Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria by Beverly Daniel Tatum. And this is a book I also got for educational material to keep in my toolbox to share with other people. It's about race, it's about race identity, it's about how they show up in public spaces, and how we need to discuss race more and what it means, how it has been an onset of trauma for generations, how we are talking about it and handling the inequality and injustice in this country and the whole world. Yeah, and I think it's going to be something that helps me a lot in my own personal study of becoming a better person, becoming an ally, and just shaping, you know, how ways I can discuss race, and yeah, help other people. So I'm very excited about this. Okay, so another book I got is This Is My America by Kim Johnson. This is about a young girl, I think she's 17, and every week she writes letters to her father. They get sent to an organization that is able to send them to her father because he is wrongfully in prison for something that he has not done. He's an innocent man, and obviously this is already a lot. And to top it off, then her brother gets arrested for being accused of killing a white girl. And this will be heavy, no doubt, but obviously this is required. It's required to read because it's very truthful and honest about you know, the unfortunate circumstances that are happening in this country and all over the world. But yeah, I'm already kind of tearing up about it, but you know, people live through this kind of stuff, so you know, the least I can do is read a story about it. And yeah, I think it'd be very empowering for a lot of people, myself included. Yeah, so next one I'm really excited about is The Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. I recently read The Red Dragon, so I'm kind of trying to read these in chronological order. I'm not reading Hannibal Rising just because it got terrible reviews, so I'm just not going to waste my time with it. But this is the second one chronologically, I believe, and I'm really excited to read it. It's going to have more Hannibal in it, obviously, than The Red Dragon did. So I'm just already really excited about it. I got this copy. They had a hardback, but I got this copy because my the Red Dragon copy I have is this same size. So I thought that I would keep them all in a set. So yeah, and it's cheaper. So the next two books I'm not going to really talk about because I don't think I need to. They're both a part of the Poirot mystery novels that Agatha Christie writes. I got this one, which is The Mystery of Three Quarters, and I found a vintage copy of Hickory Dickory Death, which I'm gonna keep in the plastic because it's actually really old and the binding is not put together anymore. But I love the idea of having like a vintage copy of it. So I mean, there's so many books in this series and her other series, so I'm just going with what I like. Another book. Oh, I have another Agatha Christie. I'm not sure if this one is Pro. I don't think it is, but it is Passenger to Frankfurt. And yeah, obviously another sort of vintage copy. I also got this copy of The Hobbit. I actually want to, I have these small, they're the same size as these, and then the movie editions of The Lord of the Rings. But I've been looking for a nice set, and so I will probably try to find a better copy of The Hobbit, but I actually really liked the look of this one, just for pictures even, and right now it matches my Lord of the Rings set, so yeah. The Hotel Glass by Emily St. John Mandel. Sorry, Emily St. John Mandel. I read Station 11 a couple years ago, and sorry, I'm getting distracted by shadows outside. I read Station 11 a couple years ago and absolutely loved it. I think the writing, it's at this really beautiful tone. The characters were engrossing and rich, and so I am really excited to read this one. I think it's going to be another book about characters, so I'm expecting a lot of rich character development in this. I think the story spans years, I believe, and takes place at this 5-star like resort hotel on an island in British Columbia, and so yeah, I feel like it'll be moving and hopefully gripping and beautiful like Station 11 was. Okay, the next book is Homegoing by Ya Jessie. I actually read this book a couple years ago. Okay, so the next book I have is Homegoing by Ya Jessie. I actually read this book a couple years ago and loved it, so I don't know why I didn't own a copy, but now I do. And basically starts out in 18th century in Ghana of two half-sisters who grew up in different villages and ended up living very different lives. One was sold to be married to a Englishman. She ended up living with him in sort of like a court, I guess. And the other one is sold into slavery, and by the same people, obviously, and sort of goes through the generations after, and all the way up to present day, still of the racism that they are experiencing. And yeah, it's just a sweeping, beautiful novel, and one of my must reads. So the next one is The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van der Kolk. I was just scrolling for material that could help me with my chronic illness and, you know, my anxiety and depression, and I wanted something that was going to be, you know, good with material. I feel like a lot of these self-help books are just things you already know or can, you know, see on Pinterest. So I really kind of want something that was digging a little bit deeper, and one of the things that I had discovered when getting diagnosed was that the trauma that I experienced in my life greatly affected my physical pain and maybe even caused my chronic pain specifically. So I feel like I wanted something that was going to help me get through the trauma that I experienced in my life and hopefully change how it sits with me in my body, and how it affects me mentally and emotionally still to this day. And this one has amazing reviews, so I'm hoping that I will get a lot out of it. So the next book I got is Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. I'm not really a fan of the cover I got. It's the only one they had, but the actual binding of it is pretty, so I might take this off. But Siddhartha is a classic. It's very philosophical. It revolves around a very wealthy Indian man who forgoes all the privileges that he has to seek out spiritual awareness. And yeah, it's on a classic read, and I've never read it, so I feel like this is a good time than any. 30 years old, let's read some philosophy. It's pronounced Valentine, not Valentine. I know it's pronounced Valentine, but it might be pronounced Valentine. Anyways, so Valentine by Elizabeth Wetmore. This revolves around sort of lingering effects of a brutal crime committed against a woman, and it takes place in a small Texas oil town, I think in the 70s. Yeah, and it explores the intersection of violence and race. If again you feel like this will be hopefully very raw, I expect there to be some beautiful prose, some rich characters, and just something that will obviously probably make me cry. But I've been hearing so many great things about it, so I found this at a used bookstore too, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, so the next book I got is Pizza Girl by Jean Kyung Fraser. This is about a young pregnant girl who has a very supportive boyfriend, very supportive mother, love her dearly, but she's kind of annoyed with that actually, and she ends up becoming obsessed, infatuated with one of the customers that she delivers pizza to. This woman orders pickles on her pizza, so very memorable in my opinion. And she's also a stay-at-home mother, and yeah, that's all I know about this, but I have heard great things about it, and I love the cover, so we'll see how it goes. It might be, I'm hoping it'll be more funny than like lighthearted. I mean, a woman ordering pickles on her pizza. So another book that I sort of scored with at these bookstores, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. A must read. I just, that's what I know. It's a classic, it's important, it still resonates today, unfortunately, and yeah, everyone recommends it, so I'm actually really excited to have this in my hands now so I can read it. The last book, 20th book, A Place for Us by Fatima Farheen Mirza. I hope I pronounced that name right. I'm about to lose battery, so I don't have time to check it first, but yeah, so this is about an Indian American Muslim family who are celebrating their oldest daughter who is getting married, and the youngest son in this family is reuniting with everyone for the first time in 3 years. And I think it kind of goes through the family of the past and the present of why he wasn't part of their family for a while, what happened, how that situation affected the other family members. And yeah, it's supposed to be very moving, and a family drama, and I mean those are always just unfortunately resonate with a lot of us, with a drama that goes on within our family and different classes. And yeah, so another copy, yeah, this one I also got at a used bookstore. So okay, so that's that. Those are my 20 new books that I got for my birthday. Most of them I bought myself, but hey, and yeah, I will probably talk about some of them in my August wrap up. There are a couple that I want to read now or as soon as possible, so I might have some reviews for those in my August wrap up, but that's about it. I hope you guys like this video, subscribe if you want, I would really appreciate that, and yeah, take care, have a good day, have good vibes, be grateful.